Let there be light and welcome to Living Essence. I'm Siddhanta Ananda with yet again another video to help guide you through your awakening and your spiritual process of healing and self-realization. So I'm going to talk about morality, and morality is something that's very much placed in the same realm as religion and spirituality. People would think straight away, well, to be spiritual is to be moral, right? But we must bring ourselves to the questioning of what is moral. What is true morality? You see, the world has many rules, and many religions have laws as well that would say, observe this and don't do that, and then you're being moral. But can you actually be forced to do something that's truly moral, that is true to the heart? Because if I was to say to you, you must love God, and you loved on command, would that be sincere and would that be true? And therefore, would it be moral? If I was to say, you must keep the law, you must observe the law of the government, by you observing them, are you simply being compliant or are you being moral? Now, I would like to put the standpoint out there that true morality is amoral. And what I mean is that it's a morality that comes from within yourself. You see, if I said to my beloved, you must love me, if she was to love me upon that pretense and upon that command, it would not truly be love. It would be compliance. And compliance is never love. Love is always free. And hence, so is morality. Because love is what is right. Love is what is true. Love is what you are. And so to be told, you must be this or you must do that, is to bring you into a choice of compliance or morality. Because if you say, this doesn't align with my heart, then you're truly entering into a morality that is true to you, because it's spontaneous and true to the moment. You're not doing it on command, you're doing it because it is your heart being expressed. True morality is the expression of the heart without fear or judgment. True morality is always spontaneous and works with the moment that is at hand. True morality does what is right, not out of keeping the law, but out of honoring the heart. You see, if you were to hurt someone and you felt that that was right, if you searched deep enough, you'd realize it wasn't right at all. And maybe you hurt that person to try and protect yourself or a loved one, but there would still be deep down a feeling of guilt that you hurt somebody. Even outside of the context, you caused a little bit of pain. But in that context as well, would it be moral to steal or take some bread and you were absolutely starving? Well, it would be against the law. But if it was for a loved one and you had no money, and maybe you had already tried this place, you'd tried everywhere and you couldn't provide food, it's interesting what can come from the human need to survive. And so would it be immoral to have taken that bread, especially if you knew, say, that bread was going to end up in the dumpster the next day or that evening if it wasn't sold? Would that be immoral? You see, being immoral or being moral has nothing to do with law. Law is the morality of society, and it's not true morality. It is a call for you to be compliant. And so what I invite people to do, to really truly begin their journey of healing, is to come back to a true morality. Keeping the law doesn't mean that you're doing the right thing, but following a pure heart is always the right thing. And I say pure heart because many of us are so stuck up in our mind and say, well, in my heart, I just want to tell everyone else to jump into the lake and I'll do whatever I want. Well, you'd look at it and you'd probably find it's more ego and mind than it is heart. You know that you're tracking the heart because the heart always wants to share, because the heart owns nothing. When you look at it, is it moral to own anything? Well, you came into this world far after the earth was established. So for you to say, I own this piece of land, this is mine, is that truly moral? It might be right in the eyes of the law, but it may not be what's moral. It may be moral for you, that yes, me saying I own this land, I feel moral in that, but it could be a cognitive decision, that you feel what you're doing is more right than moral. Morality has everything to share and nothing to prove, whereas the mind, always trying to prove itself, forgets what it has to share. When you're sharing and you're in that place of paying forward, which is forgiving, it's doing that without expecting anything in return. That's what forgiving is. You give before you've received, and you leave it at that. You simply give. So to do that, you wouldn't be able to give with the mind, because the mind would question and ask, is this right? Am I going to get something back for this? Where's the exchange? Whereas the heart knows that everything that it gives out was out of the abundance of what it had already received. So true morality is amoral. It is amorality. It is morality that happens within you. I'm not saying go out and break the law, but always follow the law if you feel you must, based on your morality first. Laws are there in place by man, and they can destroy the soul because they turn us against ourselves. Often, and I know this through many clients that I coach, what's happened in the world is they're experiencing anxiety and depression because they've been forced to keep rules instead of shown their heart, brought it to the top, and followed their own path. Being moral, being amoral, is following that moral guidance compass, compass from within yourself. And when you are true to yourself, and when you're not holding anything back, and you're expressing yourself through true awareness and connected communication, then you're truly being moral. Moral is very much a thing of self-expression. It is self-expression, and true self-expression is God expression, and only God is moral. Hence why you must seek the morality within. I'm sending you all so much love, and let there be light.